Hey, welcome back, y'all. Today on the Jam Podcast, episode 237, we will be talking about the top 9 worst natural disasters in United States history. I'm here with Samuel Banwart, Addison Sillery today. Alongside me with Sophie Berg behind the camera.
Yeah, it's good to be back on the pod, Joe.
Good to have you. You too, Addie.
Oh, thanks.
Cut it. Coming in at number 9, we have the Snowmageddon snowstorm. Sam, are you familiar with it?
Yeah, I am, Joey. That was a rough 4 days.
Was. Killed a lot of people. Addie, are you familiar with it?
Not really, no.
Well, allow me to enlighten you about it. So it started on the West Coast on February 2nd, 2010, and ended on the East Coast February 6th, 2010.
4 days.
4-day snowstorm.
Very, very sad.
Snowmageddon. There were 41 deaths. 41 deaths in 4 days. That's a lot for just from snow. Imagine that.
That's
right?
crazy.
Throughout Mexico, New Mexico, Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. So, yeah, they're on the East Coast. And then this was the second heaviest snowfall in Philadelphia.
What were the
Ever recorded.
damages like? The damages must have been bad.
Oh, damages were terrible throughout the whole snowstorm. Cost about $800 million.
Jeez.
Oh my
That
gosh.
was terrible.
Very, very sad for the families of the lost ones of this, too.
Yeah, and then the worst part is 5 days after this huge snowstorm, there was another smaller snowstorm that came and hit the same areas. And
No
just
kidding.
crippled them.
Jeez.
Yeah, there was about 36 inches of snowfall in Forestburg.
That's
Maryland.
number 9.
That's number 9. We'll move on to number 8 here.
And while we're on the topic of blizzards, Joey, have you heard about the Groundhog Day blizzard?
No, I'm not familiar.
Well, here comes number 8 of natural disaster, the Groundhog Day blizzard, which happened February 1st, 2011. This blizzard was a huge storm that brought many snow, which left people locked in their homes, and left 14.3 inches of snow. How about that, Joe?
That is crazy. Where was the blizzard?
It was actually it impacted New Mexico, northern Texas, New England, and eastern Canada with the mixed precipitation.
Wow, kind of a big range of
Big
areas.
range, but it
geographic.
mainly affected the northern U.S. and a little bit of Canada also. Yeah.
I'm guessing the groundhog didn't see a shadow that day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the groundhog was underneath all the snow, so we did not see any shadows that day.
Oh, crazy stuff, man.
Yeah.
I see that you've brought in a souvenir today on this episode. You mind telling me about it and how you got it and what it means to you?
Sure. This is a seashell from when Hurricane Sandy went to the U.S. I was 5 years old. It happened in 2012.
You must be traumatized.
Wow.
I am. It hurts to bring it up sometimes.
So Hurricane Sandy, do you know much about it?
Well, I mean, it started as started in Caribbean. Wish I want to go to vacation there. But it started as a Category 3 hurricane.
In Category 3, the hurricanes go up to Category 5, so it was a pretty big
Yeah,
hurricane.
it was 1,150 miles long. Wow, like that's crazy to me. But it started once it hit the U.S. It was a Category 1, but it still caused $70 billion in damages.
70 billion with a B?
Yep,
I can't even wrap my head around how much the money that is.
I know.
That's devastating.
It
Your
hit,
family must have been impacted.
yeah, lots. 147 people died.
I'm sorry to hear that. It's traumatic.
It
It
is.
really is. Coming in at number 6, Sam, we have hurricane outbreak.
Tell me about it, Joe.
So this includes Harvey, Maria, Irma. These are the hurricanes during the 2017 hurricane season. Different tropical storms ravaged the United States coastal areas. The season had 17 named storms, 10 hurricanes, and 6 major hurricanes. The most notable of these storms would be Harvey, Maria, and Irma. These storms caused massive damage and destruction to the United States.
How much?
Upwards of 300 billion.
No.
Billion.
With a B.
Billion?
With a B.
How many people died?
This includes reconstruction and all that stuff. How many people died? Over 3,000.
Wow. This is no joke.
Yeah, no, this is a big one, man. And yeah, it's just devastating. These storms also brought upon political and organizational change with the NHC, National Hurricane Center. I don't know if you know that. Shifting their policies. Be the fact I brought awareness to global warming and horrific effects.
Terrific.
Those are some of the effects of the hurricanes. It just brought awareness to those. It just brought communities together also. I mean, just the people kind of all came together. And yeah, it's kind of truly amazing what people can do when they're all brought together.
It is. Coming in at number 5, we have the Ridgecrest, California earthquake. And we'll be bringing in not only a survivor, but an expert on earthquakes who has been behind the camera for us this podcast. Welcome to the pod, Sophie Berg, everyone.
Hi guys, the Ridgecrest earthquakes occurred on July 4th and July 5th in Ridgecrest, California. These included 3 initial main shocks and many aftershocks. It was the most powerful earthquake to ever occur in the state in 20 years.
So you're the expert.
Yeah,
How does this compare to other average earthquakes?
well, it affected way more people. About 20 million people felt the foreshock and 30 million people felt the main shock.
And is that because of the size of the earthquake or because of the location?
It was because there's many earthquakes that included.
Not cause a lot of damage.
Yeah, at least 100 homes and businesses were damaged, and it cost $5.3 billion in damage.
It's a lot of money.
What are those costs? What makes up that 5.3 billion cost? Is it
Well, the homes and businesses being damaged.
destruction?
Yeah. Many homes caught on fire as well.
It's like electrical and stuff.
Yeah, gas lines leaked.
Devastating.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely devastating.
It cut power to at least 3,000 residents in Ridgecrest as well.
Tragic.
Yeah.
That was Sophie Berg, survivor and expert of earthquakes. Thank you for that. Coming in at number 4, we have California wildfires. In 2020, that was a big one. Not a good time to live in California. This consisted of nearly 10,000 different wildfires stretching across the whole state of California, which caused over 30 people to lose their lives. And yeah, sad for all the families who had to go through those.
It's terrible. What was like the damage to the land? Tell me about that.
4 million acres turned into dust, and over 11,000 different structures were destroyed.
And those structures, those include like homes, businesses.
Homes, businesses, just
Parks and stuff like
parks,
that.
very, very tragic. These fires also began to cripple California's economy due to up to $20 billion worth of prevention and fighting of these fires. So
That's how much it costs to fight the fires.
very costly. These fires were not ideal at all.
Just
I can't
awful.
even imagine just like the cleanup costs after that too.
Yeah,
Like,
the effort and all the people that needed to come together.
Yeah,
That's
very,
crazy.
very tragic.
Tell me about like the emissions to the atmosphere. How does that work?
Well, so it shifted the ecology of California as well by swinging over 100 million tons of greenhouse gases and like polluting the environment. So the whole environment was being polluted.
So is that just like smoke and ash or what?
Smoke, ash, gases,
Gotcha.
all that. And it not only polluted the environment, it displaced millions of people during these fires. The smoke and ash based on studies may reduce the life expectancy of people directly affected from it. So people who were impacted by these gases.
Their life expectancy is shorter.
Yeah, it's shorter, so
Wow.
probably won't live as long as they were supposed to.
I did hear about some of the positives that came out of it though, like the fact that it brought attention to the effects of global warming and global warming could cause.
That's true.
And they created new organizations, movements, working for betterment of not only the USA but also the world.
Definitely more negatives, but yes, Joey, there were some
There's
positives.
good bad, every bad, like right? It's the same.
And that wraps up number 4. Alright, so at the beginning of the pod, I'm pretty sure it was mentioned that there was 9 natural disasters, but there's actually 8. And this is coming in at number 2. We have Hurricane Ida, and new member on the pod, Bo Drahan, is gonna give us some info about this hurricane.
So Hurricane Ida was a hurricane that happened in 2021 in the Atlantic Ocean. It originated from the Caribbean Sea and went through Cuba and then the Gulf of Mexico. In the U.S., it mainly hit Louisiana, which actually caused 30 deaths. It's pretty bad for one hurricane, and just in Louisiana alone. Following that was 29 more deaths in New Jersey, 17 in New York, 5 in Pennsylvania, 2 in Mississippi, 2 in Alabama, 1 in Maryland, and 1 in Connecticut, with a total of 87 deaths in the U.S. alone. That's very spread out.
I didn't know it was spread out that much.
Yeah.
around the
Me
US.
neither, yeah, that's new info to me.
That's bad.
It cost the U.S. around $75 million in reparations from the damage. It formed in late August, and then it dissipated on September 5th. So that's like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
That's spread out. In Louisiana, more than 1 million people lost electricity. Heavy flooding occurred, and then many tornadoes were even spawned due to the hurricane, which caused even more damage. A very large number of houses and buildings were damaged or destroyed as well. Record rain and high-level flash flooding occurred in portions in the northeast U.S. too. Once again, this hurricane really just brought attention to different climate changes in the U.S. and the world as a whole, you know, because these major events get spread out.
Yeah. Very big event.
Yeah, very. All right, so coming in at number 1, the video has no specific order, it's just 8 different events. Is the tornado outbreak in 2023, which was in the U.S., and I'll hand it over to Celia to talk about this one.
Yeah, so this was a record number of tornadoes just in the first 3 months of the 2023 season. This data was recorded from the National Weather Service Storm Prediction Center.
How many tornadoes were there in total?
There was 410,
Holy crap.
How many deaths?
47.
That's crazy.
It doubled what the 2022 record was for like how many people died.
That's wild.
Yeah. And the losses for the first quarter of the 2023 surpassed the first quarter total of the 2017 by staggering 18%, with quarter 1, with the first 3 months of 2023, like going past 10 billion, just in
That's
the first
crazy.
3 months.
That's so much money.
That's too much money.
Well, that concludes our list. Turns out we just found a video of Star coming together with his community, trying to help rebuild from these natural disasters. This one specifically is from Hurricane Harvey, from the 2017 hurricane outbreaks in Texas, which this Star, his hometown is Texas, and he wanted to get some money together, get the community together to help rebuild. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the clip of JJ Watt. So JJ Watt, what was your plan coming here to help reconstruct the damage from this hurricane?
You know, in order to create the most impact here, we did loads and loads of research and spent hours and hours doing phone calls, meetings, and talking with everybody and gathering as much information as we could so we could do it the right way. And as of now, we've brought in millions of dollars, which will be used to rebuild homes, child care services, schools, send out medical supplies, and aid, and will overall be used to make our way out of the disaster the most efficient way possible.
Great interview from JJ Watt. Thank you.
Yeah, what a great guy. I mean, just doing the best for his community. This is phenomenal. So in the end, throughout history, these natural disasters have ravaged the USA, influencing environmental, economic, and social impacts in short and long term. For one, they throw ecosystems off their equilibriums due to destruction, creating an abnormal flow within the environment, which may last just days to even years. These horrific events also cause ample amounts of damage, which leads to houses, neighborhoods, and businesses all being destroyed. The reconstruction of this damage can cost upwards of millions to billions of dollars, like billions of dollars, which is just crazy that nature is able to do that. This costs may bring economies to their knees, which is not beneficial. In recent years, these disasters have created heavy death tolls as well. These hurricanes, earthquakes, tornadoes, and fires have caused a shift within the USA. Whether it's bringing communities closer together or pulling them apart, more attention needs to be brought to the prevention and support needed within these disasters. So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our podcast on natural disasters today. Great to talk with you guys and my fellow comrades here.
I had a fun time.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Really showed the effects and everything that happened. It was great.
Shout out Joey.